So, I had this dream last night. And I woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep. I couldn't go. It was because it was gay. It was really gay. I never had a gay dream before, but it was like, and it was Mad Mardigan. It was Mad Mardigan too. Like not Mad Mardigan from Willow, the Mad Barber Entertainment. And I'm not saying like genitals touched. Like it wasn't like I'm not saying it wasn't like that, but it was gay. It was gay. It was definitely gay. It was a gay dream, and I couldn't go back to sleep. I couldn't go back to sleep afterward. It was like I had to get up and I had to make like the most aggressive intro I've ever made. I'm not playing it tonight. I'm not, because it's like it's a hand grenade. It's like an FU to every narcissist I know. But like I had to make something that masculine, like that aggressive, because oh my God. And he had smooth legs. Like what why Mad Mardigan? Why it tripped me out. I've never had a gay dream before. It was really gay. I couldn't and it was, why couldn't it be like YetiCast or something? Like I don't like, even if that's better. Like, is that even better? It was very gay. It was like, why couldn't it have been like Anna, that Star Wars girl? Have you seen her Vampirella cosplay? Oh my God. Have you seen that cosplay? Like, that makes me feel a little better because Anna's got a great set.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. Persian! Give them nothing, but take from them everything.
You see, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.
Do not kneel.
On a cold winter morning, in the time before the light, in flames of death's eternal rain, we ride towards the fight. When the darkness is falling down and the times are tough or right, the sound of evil laughter falls around the world tonight. Fighting hard, fighting on for the steel to the wastelands evermore. The scattered souls will feel the hell that's wasted on the shore. On the blackest waves in hell's rain, we watch the last they go. In fire and pain, now once again we run. So now we fly, yeah, we're free. We're free before the thunderstorm. On towards the wilderness, our quest carries on. Far beyond the sundown, far beyond the moonlight. Deep inside our hearts and all our soul. So far away, we wait for the day.
is where we hold them.
So far away, we wait for the day, for the lights also wasted in blood. We feel the pain of a lifetime lost in 1,000 days. Through the fire and the flames we carry on.
Yeah, God. Okay. Okay. Make sure I'm not muted. What's going on? Hail the chats. The chats. I got this simultaneously casting this on Lodanis Dragonstorm and author Stephen Walton. So I'm going to have both audiences coming through the chat. I think it's really neat that you can stream on different channels and you can get different platforms. And they'll actually come through on StreamYards now through the chat. So that's incredible. I want to say hi to everybody that is here tonight. First, I want to say hi to Tim Hayes. Hail, brother. Good to see you. Saw you in Valiant Renegades chat earlier. Mr. Tickle Trunk retweeted something from the Disney stockholders meeting. Yo, that stockholder meeting, I got to listen to the whole thing. I've got to watch that whole review because the stockholder that called out Disney's agenda-driven content, incredible. About time. It is about time. For those of you, this is mainly for Lodanis Dragonstorm. So for you guys, this is kind of like a hybrid show. We talk about entertainments over on my other channel, off of Stephen Walton. The agenda-driven content was called out. I'm glad that it was. It's about damn time. Vigilante Renegade did a great show. Go check out that. He had like 1.8. I think he said it his highest, 1.4 in the chat. That's excellent. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to his team and all the work that they do. Bob Iger and the way that he circumvented that answer. Like you're being asked by a stockholder, why is your content being agenda driven? Why are you including groups and propagating groups? Excuse me, not propagating. Promoting groups that are trying to do things to our kids. Trying to make them more accessible to perverts. No, that's not cool. So I was glad to see that. Glad to hear people finally calling out. Glad to hear it being covered. But Bob Iger, what a piece of trash, man. He came in, he knew the fall from all that agenda content was going to eventually was going to mess Disney up, and it did. Disney Star Wars is not the Star Wars that it could have been. Marvel's fallen off, so it's all because of the crazy gobbledygook, the far left communist nonsense that they're trying to inject into our modern mythologies. I mean, it's only gotten worse. There's no more reason why the Phantom Menace shouldn't still be standing up loud and proud when this is still going on. So I'm sorry, I had to preach a little bit there for a moment. Excuse me. Good to see you, Tim. What's up? Locking Horns. Guys, please check out Locking Horns. He is a new up-and-coming channel, got less than 100 subs. Let's try and get him over that 100 mark. That's my friend Matt from back in the day. He was a class black belt when I was doing Taekwondo. Matt's whooped my ass plenty of times. Love it. Taught me a lot. I remember the good old days out there with Les. Do you remember him, Matt? Do you remember Les doing that 360 tornado kick that he could do? Like, I have no idea how the hell he even did, but he could pull that shit off. God, have you seen him? Have you seen him in any play? Talk to him. I think him and Aaron are still together, still having babies. But it's good to see him. Go check out his channel. He's actually doing a lot of great content over there. If you're into Norse mythology, Norse pagan content, that's my brother right there. He's making me a drinking horn. And the first part of that drinking horn is on his channel. I think I shared that on both my community tabs. So check out my latest posts on both Author Stephen Walton and Lodanis Dragonstorm. Check out his channel and give him a sub. What's up, Dr. Adega? How you doing, bro? OGTFM in the chat. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Yes. Look, I had a strange dream, yo. That dream woke me up. I couldn't get back. It was gay. Doc, I know you're not a head doctor. All right. And I know, I have one channel of entertainments and I have one channel, with my, with abuse recovery victims. Right. So I know there's a few screws loose in here. What I went through, I understand that. But listen, what is going on? And why was it Mad Mardigan? Can you answer these questions for me? Can you help me out, Doc? I don't understand. I never had a gay dream before. I never had that. Was no, his. I'm not nothing like there was no docking. There was nothing like that. It was like in the same bed, but his legs. I remember his legs being smooth. I don't know why. I don't understand what was going on. It was very gay. Please help me out, Doc. Please help me out. I don't know why. What's going on? What's going on? Was I overly abused? Like, was I abused to the point of like now I'm having gay dreams or something? I don't know what's going on. It's good to see you, dude. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Let's see who else. Me, all over the place. There is Papa Cotton. Papa Cotton, what's going on, brother? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. That is my managing moderator on both channels. If you go out of line, he will smack your ass. Don't even matter and have a wrench. Not that any of my moderators have ever been has ever done anything I wouldn't like. But I thank Papa Cotton so much. This is one of the realest cats in the entire community, whether you like him, whether you don't like him, whether you agree with him or not. That man is a friend to those he calls friend, and I trust him enough. That is my managing moderator. Thank you so much for being here, bro. And that is why you have that honor. Let's see what else is here. El Cabra's in the chat. What's up? You got on your phone. Hey, I appreciate that, dude. That's Papa too. I appreciate that. Look, it's good to see something connected to Chewbacca. It's good to see something Wookiee in there. You know what I mean? It reminds me. I said it's a dominance thing. Get a whip and some leather. You think? See, I think that Zax. For those of you who don't know, check out Zax's channel. Great guy, Flaccid Phoenix. Great crew over there. Abomination AJ. Magitech Mags, Lady B, Lady Balefire, great people hang out, great lunch table of people over there. Go check them out. But I think maybe Zax is turning me a little. You think Zax is like the influence of Zax is starting to? Is it a dominance thing? Like I'm not even attracted. I don't even feel anything like that toward Mad Mardigan. I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. Help me out here. Help me out. Anybody, any of my brothers in recovery. All right. If any of my brothers and sisters out there in narcissistic abuse recovery, if y'all have gone through this shit, please let me know if this is like a thing. I don't understand. Because I do be calling out narcissistic dudes as bi a lot. That I do. Maybe you think it's karma. Maybe God's like, yo, stop talking about the closet sausages. Do you think that's what it is? I'm not sure. Locking Horn says subconscious Leonard Nimoy complex. I don't even. What does that even mean, Matt? What does that even mean, bro? I need a drink of water. Y'all are stressing me out. We just started this stream and I'm stressed out. I don't understand. What's up, Zombie Box Reviews? Can't say. Just want to say. Can't say. Just want to say congratulations, dudes. Andy, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you. Smash the like button, share it on your way out, and go have fun, guys, wherever you are hanging out tonight. Yeah, I know. I understand. I want to say. A few things tonight. First off, be thankful, guys. Be thankful for what you have in life. It really does help your outlook. Being thankful, feeling blessed, and I feel incredibly blessed. I took a loss in my life and turned it into a positive. And I meant to do that. And there was a while there I had to do it on my own. I'm kind of opening back up, kind of coming off my island. I had to go to my own island. For those of you who've never, thankfully, and thank the gods, you've never been through narcissistic or sociopathic abuse. When you're dealing with narcissistic abuse, there is a lot of manipulation, ups and downs that go on. There's a lot of push and pull. It retrains your body. It retrains your mind. It turns you into a person who's stuck in fight or flight. There's also a lot of lying going on, and a person who enacts that type of abuse, a person with that personality type throughout their life, they've done it so many times that while they're in the "I love you and I'll do anything for you" stage, the love bombing stage, they're actually setting up the lies and the smears before you even know what's going on. And so when you come out of that, you've got to go on your own island. Going no contact means going no contact from every flying monkey, every person they've enlisted, every person they fooled into thinking they're a good person, every person that they keep that mask on to make to as if they are a good person, to keep them in their clutches, their wings, And also, I mean, for those of you that know, I've had, I don't know how many people from the Comicsgate crowd coming after me, just relentlessly. It seems like when I came back into the open, when I started coming back on YouTube and started showing my face again and and doing my thing, that it wasn't just every flying monkey from that person that collected to come after me and trash me. It was also other people in the community that never liked me. So I've really had to hunker down. It has been my very close friends by action. And it doesn't mean that like everybody, it doesn't mean like because I've actually had to cut everyone off to an extent, and a lot of good people that really had nothing to do with it, but didn't understand what I was going through. And thank the God you don't. Thank the God you don't understand what I went through. I hope you never go through what those of us who go through this cycle of abuse go through. I really don't. But I had to kind of hunker down, and it was people like Scotty, it was people like ETEP. Thank God for the Place to Be reviews. Thank God for Pete. Because Pete stuck with me through the whole thing. He didn't leave my side. He didn't separate from me. When I needed to talk to him, he was there. He reached out to me to make sure I was okay. He stayed in Rogue. Thank God for Pete. Etep Okoyan is one of the best people in this community. Please subscribe to the Place to Be Reviews. Etep Okoyan, the Place to Be Reviews, guys, if you are not. And promote his videos. That dude does a hell of a lot of work. And he's got a team of people. Good Stuff Comics Gator does a lot of his editing work. And subscribe to follow him too. But it was people like Pete. It's people like Sporting News Podcast. It's people like Culture Casino. It's people like Red Gaze reaching out to me every now and again when he could, because Red was doing his own thing for a while there. It was people like Angelus Draven. It's people like DJ Odyssey. There are, Mr. Tickletron. Thank God for Mr. Tickletron. Master of TDS, Maria T. and Tilly, Orville Nation. So many names that I'm very thankful for that helped to get me to where I'm at now. That people that I could talk to, that I knew I could trust, that I knew were decent people, that I knew that I could confide in, or I could, that had an idea of what I was going through and were there for me. That I'm blessed by them. I'm also blessed by every single subscriber, from both author Stephen Walton, who has stuck around through this crazy ride, because I know I'll put you all through some shit. I'm going to get back to growing that channel shortly. It's not something I can really focus on right now. I got a lot of things going on. And thank the gods for every new subscriber in Lodanis Dragonstorm. Mr. Tickletrunk suggested that Lodanis Dragonstorm change the name of the channel to be to suit the algorithm more. So I changed it to Lodanis Dragonstorm Narcissus Slayer. That's because I'm a fighter. For those of you that are just coming into the Lodanis channel, and I'm thankful for each and every person who has. If it was not for my brothers and sisters, my other survivors and thrivers of narcissistic abuse, if it was not for you, the stories that you share, the likes, sharing out my videos, the telling me, reaffirming that I was not the only person who went through what I went through. If it was not for y'all, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be as far along on my healing journey as I am. I'm so thankful for all of you. I'm blessed by your subscriptions. Thank you so very much. Y'all understand when we go through what we go through, nobody, unless you've been through it, unless you've known somebody close who's been through it, or unless you've been through it yourself, you don't understand. Because from the outside looking in, people are just like, why is that dude acting wreck? Why is that chick acting wreck? Why about this breakup? This doesn't make sense. And that's because narcissists are experts, chameleons, expert fakes. They've run that gambit so many times. They already know how to make their image, how to keep their image on the outside while destroying you from within. And like only we understand what we went through. And I'm thankful for y'all. I changed the channel to Narcissist Slayer because to catch the algorithm with, put narcissist in there, but also because I have, through my experience, learned how to deal with toxic people. It's something I had to go through. I was talking to Culture Casino today on the phone because Walton's going to start selling condoms. That shit's going down. Protect your wood condoms. Oh, I need help from the chat. Got to come up with a couple idea slogans. Culture gave me a mission. I've got to come up with like a list of different ideas, like preserve your wood, protect your wood, slogans for the condom line. So I need your help. If y'all want to come up, can throw a couple out there. I'd appreciate that. Anyway, but I learned how to deal with toxic people. Tonight, I really wanted to talk about no contact, the importance of no contact. We're going to get into that. I'm going to talk to chat a little bit more, but I really want to talk about the importance of no contact because the way that my channel is, when I get it monetized, I'm going to be creating a series of videos for channel members on Dragonstorm on how to fight toxic people. And I understand that that's not for everybody. I understand that. We're not all fighters. We're not all combative. I am. And so the focus of the channel is healing, us coming together, recovery and healing. That's got to be the focus. That has to be the focus. I went through 2 years of it. And just those 2 years, I wanted to, more than once. I can't imagine what it's like for some of y'all that have gone through 5, 10 years, your life. That's why I'm doing a lot of interviews that I'm doing. Shout out to Wes Moody, going to be scheduling the interview with him. He has narcissistic parents. Going to be talking to him about his experiences with his narc parents. That's why I had Fresh Start on in the beginning of the series for the Survivor Chronicles, because I don't know what that's like. There's different, there's different. I come from the position of someone who survived a narcissist as an ex. Sociopathic, like a narcissistic sociopath, a narcopath, which was, you all know, but I don't know the other experiences, and I want to get to know. I want to read more materials. I want to read papers. I want to be as involved and as informed as I can possibly be, because I want to help people heal, and I want to help be a part. I want to be a coach eventually. I want to be a recovery coach. I have always had a strong inclination to help people. I like helping people. I've always have. That's why when I was started off with Stephen Walton, with Fourth Wave, Rogue, I wanted to be, I want to do what the Phantom Collective did. Those of you that don't know, Phantom Collective is a wonderful group of people run by Flipped Out and the Rookie Critic, and they promote YouTubers. They promote independent creators. It's wonderful. They have the saying "Rise Together," and I kind of took that. I have no secret about that. I kind of borrowed from that and created "We Rise Together." And it's because I like helping others. I like helping other channels grow. I want to see people succeed. During that time, I ran to a lot of some toxic people, because I always took others at their word, because I value honesty. I thought everyone else it did too, and they don't. And I also seem to have this personality type that rubs people wrong for some reason. I've never really understood that. It's always been a thing. But going through what I went through, I have a much better grasp on how to deal with toxic people. I also know when and when not to fight. There's sometimes there's no point in fighting. And sometimes there's no point in fighting at all. Sometimes things are just the way they fucking are. I was telling my, I'll get to the chat in a moment, guys. I'm sorry. I'll see it. Yeah, sheathe your sword. Yeah, right there. I'll get to the chat in a minute, guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Please smash the like button, share out the link. And thank you guys very much. Thank you all of you for getting me to 1,600. That's thank you. Thank you guys so much. I was talking with Culture, and I was telling this story about, was it Culture or was it my sister? Might have been my sister. But I was telling this story about when I first moved to Dover, Delaware from Delaware County, Pennsylvania. I moved in with my buddy Jay, who's passed away now. Can't wait to see him in the afterlife. Hopefully that's the first angel I see when I pass. But I was down there with him and his dad. And this is me 20 years ago. And we were going there to kick out the 2 roommates that he had that were stealing from him, not paying bills. And as they were leaving, like these toxic fucks, they were, sorry, I'm trying not to curse on this channel. So they wanted to take things that weren't theirs. They wanted to take things that he had paid for. They were just trying to be toxic. And Jason's dad, Hawkeye is a very mellow dude. And he was just like, just take it. I'm looking at this situation going, no. They're trying to take from my boy. Hold on. No, you need to grab them by the head. You need to drag them down, give them some carpet burns, hit them against the freaking sofa, smack them against the door jamb, put their face up against the door, and then throw them the fuck outside. Sorry. When they're trying to do something like that, they're trying to take something that ain't theirs. Now that's not how we roll. And Hawkeye was like, no, just let them go. Just let them take it. We can replace it. Just let it go. Doesn't matter. Very mellow. And I couldn't understand that at the time. And now I understand that. Here I am, 45 years old, probably about the same age Hawkeye was then. And, and now I get it. Just go. Not that I wouldn't, I don't think to this day I'd let anybody take anything that was mine. That's not going to fly. But when you have people in your life that are just toxic, that just are there to cause trouble, doesn't matter how they got there. Doesn't matter if you invited them in. Doesn't matter if you ran into them. Doesn't matter if they came in through a social circle. Does not matter. If they are a toxic person, just let them go. Just let them go. There's no growth there. There's no purpose. There's no reason. There's no nothing for them there. And now I get it. Now here I am. I get it now, you know. 2 years ago, I wouldn't have got this. 2 years ago, I wouldn't have understood this, you know. We go through the experiences that we go through, guys, for a reason. And I'm not saying that any of the bad experiences we have gone through were justified or should have happened, or those nasty people should have, you know, done what they did. I'm not saying that. But we go through the experiences we do in life for a reason, and it's to learn. It's to understand ourselves better, it's to understand situations, be able to pass on that knowledge, be better people, if we take it the right way. The difference between a healthy person and a toxic person is a healthy person will look at a situation. They'll come to a calm. They'll look at what happened. They'll look at the people involved. They'll digest what their own actions, feelings, and introspect, and look at everything, and then learn from it, grow from it. A toxic person will consistently be the victim. It's always me, 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 me. I need this. I need this. This is mine. I need this. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. That's a toxic person. All right. And that's basically, I mean, that's where narcissists come from. That's where all toxic people really come from. It's just the inability to take accountability for themselves, to be objective or subjective. The inability to put themselves in another person's shoes and say, what am I doing or how am I acting that is affecting me negatively or affecting that person negatively? Why is that person acting out? Because, I mean, look, can you imagine how many instances we would actually get through? How many situations, how much conflict resolution could take place if both parties in a situation could do that? We have a lot less problems in the world. Some people are just toxic and they want to be toxic. I'm going to go through the chat right now. Let's see. Have I lost weight? Yeah, I've been stressed out, bro. My weight's been vacillating, and a part of that was it's trying to stay on the up and up here. It's been a rough road. It's a shame. The last 2 years of my life, I made more money than I had ever made any other year of my life. And while I was making more than I had ever made in my life, I had a partner that was taking more from me than any other partner had ever taken in my life. It was my fault, you know. In the end, my choices or whatnot. You know, it doesn't matter what's going on, but. So now that I'm coming out of it, like, God is really knuckling down. God's really knuckling down on me right now. He is, he or she or they, whatever you look at it, however you look at it, the universe, source, whatever, is really putting me through it and making sure I understand the lessons that I need to learn. And so right now, you know, I'm eating tuna fish and noodles, but you know what I mean? Like, that's, you know, I occasionally splurge and treat myself. This week I kind of splurged a little bit because I had just brought somebody into the house. But yeah, you know. But I'm also, it's stress, you know. But but I feel good, you know. But I feel good. But thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Ruth, what is going on, Ruth? There she is. Ruth is going to be the first member of the Dragonstorm team from the chats when we get this channel monetized and up and running. How you doing, sweetheart? Glad to see that you're still up from across the pond. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for commenting on every one of my videos. Thank you for being so supportive of this channel. I greatly appreciate you, Ruth. Hail my sister in abuse recovery. Let's Papa Khan said other channel got more viewers. I'm jumping. Behave over here. Absolutely, they will. On Dragonstorm, I got I'm in the chat. I got the chat up for Dragonstorm, but not author Stephen Walton. Appreciate you. Yeah, he's over there now. Lady Zoe, what is up, sweetheart? Hi there. Thank you so much for being here. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing your stories, for liking the videos, for putting comments in. You know, as I was saying earlier, it has helped me greatly to heal and also to understand in some ways that I'm not alone. That there are those of us, you know, in abuse recovery that are looking out for each other. Like, every time you share a story out there, every time you put a comment out there, and I love seeing you know what I love seeing the most? People in the comments interacting with each other, being supportive, giving advice. That is exactly what I want this channel to be. That's exactly what I want Dragonstorm to be, a place where we can all come together and heal together. And when I get it monetized, When the monetized content, the members content, yeah, that's going to be the little bit more of aggressive me. But I want to talk about that in a minute because I really want to make sure that people understand, like whether you deal. There's two ways I'm looking at this. This is and you know the terms are what they are. I'm not going to soften my language. There is passive vengeance and there's active vengeance. And I'm going to go through what the differences are and then in that today. But really, when you deal with somebody who is fucking evil, who was a user, a manipulator, someone who to malicious intent comes into your life to suck your funds, to suck your life force, to smear your name, to destroy you, to keep you locked in a bond of trauma. When they do these things, when a person is that fucking, try not to curse, that is freaking evil. So my course, when I get the channel monetized for members, is going to be passive and active vengeance. Yeah, absolutely. For those of us that can, you absolutely deserve vengeance. Those evil freaks. Let's see. Lock and North said, sheathe your sword. No unauthorized killings. See, I like that, but I'm trying to keep it tree oriented because I'm going to turn another loss into a win. I have never been able. You ain't been around, Matt. On the Author Steve Malton channel, there's this tree effer thing. All right, I was on Nina Infinity's channel. Nina was talking with John Talks. I think it was and it was Nerd Cookies and Jane Theory were in the chat, and we were all just like messing with each other, and they were talking about some article about dendrophilia, and I knew the name, I knew the word. Like I remember from like South Park or some shit, and I knew the word, and that was the funniest damn thing to Nina. And so Nina and Jane and Nerd Cookies just went in, and all of a sudden I'm the tree effer. I'm the tree effer, and I've been that for 2 years. And whenever I'm like, how do I monetize this? And there was a thing before that they did that same group of girls about coffee enemas, because Nerd Cookies was talking about, guys, subscribe to Nerd Cookies, Jane Theory, and Nina Infinity, by the way, and John Talks. There was a this thing that Nina was not Nina, Jane, Nerd Cookies. Elaine was talking about her mom gives coffee enemas. That is gross. But that's a thing, yo. Matt, that's a thing. There are people who put tubes of coffee in their ass. They put like a beer bong of coffee and they inject it in their ass. And I guess it's not like antioxidants. Something. I don't care what the excuse is. You don't put coffee. You don't put anything in your ass. You don't put any, and there's nothing goes in your ass. And it was the grossest thing I'd ever heard. Like, who does that? I don't understand. Like, and so I started joking about it because I'm like, ew, this is disgusting. Like, what is going? And that was it. Then I became the guy who gives coffee enemas. I could have made money off that. I should have sold coffee. John Talks told me I should have sold coffee, but I didn't do it because it grossed me out. And you know what happened? Because I didn't monetize that, I became the tree effer. Now they say I'm out. Now they get memes out there, me humping trees. I ain't kidding you. So I'm going to turn that loss into a win. And I am making condoms that are going to be based on trees, different types of trees. That's what I'm doing. And Matt, I want to, when we do the commercials, I want to do it like the Dr. Squash commercials. And at the end of it, like, I was thinking like of the scene of like, they asked me like, in Walton, what type of condoms do you use? And I was like, and I want to get Nathan and I want to get Danny. I want to get my sons like standing next to me, shaking their heads or something. I'm like, I don't use them, because they were both unplanned. So, but yeah, that's where I'm running with. Ruth says, have your own brand of. Yes, I'm going to do this. Listen, Ruth, I am going to be that a-hole who bitches about Disney is a professional victim who sells rubbers. That's what I'm going to do. I'm monetizing it all. Ruth, what you do in life is you wear who you are like armor. It was a line from Tyrion said, I can't remember it verbatim, but you got to know who you are, right? And when people try and clown you, when people try and come at you, hate you, talk shit about you, whatever the case is, just wear it. What can they do? How can they hurt? Yeah, so what? So yeah, absolutely. I have been called professional victim by some of my haters. And so, yeah, you're damn right. Absolutely. I'm going to be the professional victim who bitches about Disney and sells rubbers. That is going down. I'm going to use it. Thank you. Let your haters pull the cart. Toxin oxen. Let them pull the cart for you. You know what I mean? See, Dunder Philly, I think that's what I'm saying. Yes, Papa. That is what I'm going for. Bonsai for the little guy. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get. You know what I mean? And Culture said we should make them make it like an international audience. He was like, I don't know, try like using cactuses or something. So I want to get like trees from different parts of the world and try and it's like make it funny, put a spin on it. You know, I'm definitely gonna do the General Sherman. That's the biggest tree in the redwoods. And that's going to be a camouflage condom so they can't see it coming. I am definitely doing that. That is going down. But I haven't been able to put much time into thinking of the other things. Awesome one. He comes through and does gives a lot of good suggestions. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yes, Papa. That is what is up. That is what we're doing. I'm going to own it. And I'm going to make money off of it. And by the way, I'm going to be coming out with Dragonstorm t-shirts here soon. Be on the lookout for those twin train wreck shirts. I'm going in hard. I'm going in hard. I'm gonna make money by it. You know, like I survived a narcopath. You know, like I'm thinking of all different kinds of shirts that I want to sell because guys, those of you that have been through narcissistic abuse, you know, survivors of it. I think healing is a great way. That's why I do the bring back dueling videos. Right? I'm not really serious. You know, like I'm not really like, are we actually going to be able to bring back dueling to kill these evil? You know, like, are we going to no contact with a guarantee? Sounds great, you know, but is it actually, you know what I mean? Like, that's not really going to happen. But, you know, if it does, that'd be awesome. But, you know, it's not really going to happen. So, like, we just joke about it, you know? You know, it'd be great. I'm going to do I'm just going to do fun videos like that. I'm going to get that aggression out by just making people laugh that way because we got to laugh a little bit. The healing power of laughter is incredible. All right. Can you imagine, guys? I mean, like, look. Guys, even if this is a joke, if we can actually get the hashtags out there, bring back dueling, and people know what it is, you know, like it like it's this. We want to like end narcissists. Like if we actually get like the petitions out there, I don't care if they're real or not. Did we actually get that shit out there? Could you imagine like if that because out of all the cluster Bs, narcissists are the ones that are like truly fearful. They're truly skeezy, slimy people, right? Sociopaths don't give a damn. Psychopaths they just murder your ass, right? They'll lie. Both of them will lie, but they're confident at least in what they are and what they're doing, right? All right, we're not going to talk about the borderlines. They're all over the place. But the narcissists are the ones who are the fragile egos, destroying other people to protect their broken inner child. You know, they're the real manipulative pieces of garbage, right? So the other cluster Bs won't care. I think they'd be on board, to be honest with you. But could you imagine, like, if we actually got a petitions like that, if that was going around like as a joke, it's a joke, you know, and we actually got that going on, that narcissists we would find groups of them hiding from us in basements like vampires hiding from the sun. It would be great. I think it'd be funny. I don't know why I did that with that emojis up there, but yeah. So let's see. Anybody else? It's even think. Yeah, it's what it is. It's what it is. You know what I mean? It's maybe Papa, women have ruined me so much that I just want a little. Maybe I'm tired of bitching. I just want some bark. Maybe that's what it is. You know what I mean? However it is. This is so much better than Trekkie talk. Well, Papa, good news for you, bro. I know that you like this. We are going to begin Battlestar Galactica reviews on author Stephen Walton at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the author Stephen Walton channel. That's going to be starting this weekend. We're going to be starting off with a review of the movie, the theatrical release of Battlestar, and then we'll go into the series. That's where DJ Odyssey wants to start. He's kind of running the show on this. So we're going to be doing that this weekend, guys. So if you're interested in talking Battlestar Galactica 78 to 80, please check out 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Author Stephen Walton. We're going to be doing retro reviews there. Rogue retro reviews. We're going to be doing Battlestar. We're going to be doing a bunch of them. We're going to after that. We're going to do Buck Rogers. We're going to do V. We're going to do what else? There was another one we were throwing around, but we're going to do like the like 70s, 80s, like the good shows, man. The shows that, when entertainment was good. We're going to start talking about that. I'm looking forward to it. Lock and Horns, guys. Walton's Commons protecting the world from new license 2020. Plan on getting down tonight. Grab a Walton. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. That's some shit. What did I want? Oh, hey, what's up, Zax? Zax, I gotta tell you, Zax, I got a problem with you, bro. Zax, I had a very gay dream last night. I don't want to talk too much about this. Go to the beginning of the show. You can hear about that. It involved Mad Mardigan. I don't understand it. Smooth legs. There was no docking. I don't understand. I don't understand it because I don't have gay dreams. I don't know what was going. But I have a feeling that the way we're talking to each other. Well, I think that has something to do with it. I'm not sure. I don't think it wasn't even you. Like you weren't even the person in the dream. You weren't. I'm not going to say genitals touched, Zax. But I saw genitals. I don't know why. I might have to calm it down a little bit. It's actually, you might have to put your shirt on again. I don't know if I can handle this. I don't know if it's affecting my brain. But I appreciate you. What is up, dude? It's good to see you. Yeah, I'm selling them rubbers. You're absolutely right. Yes, legalize dueling. Papa, they never should have went away. Never should have went away. You know what I think happened? I think too many toxic people were getting shot. And my whole thing with this is like, all right, we're dealing with narcissistic abuse victims. Like, we're not all. Some of us are like really frazzled, and I get that. You know what I mean? But and narcissists. There might be some narcissists out there that are crack shots. But my thinking on this, right, is this: there are, due to the faulty nature of how we deal with this abuse cycle now, right, which is just. You go no contact, you go away and you heal, and you let that person go destroy the next life and the next life, right? So due to the faulty nature of this, that narcissist is going to run out of bullets before they run out of victims. That is what they can't reload, by the way. You get 6 shots and they can't reload. So even if some of us might lose a few along the way, guys, but we'll get them. You know what I mean? Like, we'll get them. Just saying. Lon Gordon said, bring back dueling. Yeah, we can fight again. We could use. I mean, yeah. I was in a fight this week, man. And you know what I learned, Matt? You know what I learned is that I'm older now. I'm older now, right? You remember in class? You remember? Listen, it's not like when I was in class and Nathan's mom almost kicked my nose off, and I switched feet. You were yelling switch feet, by the way, which is why I switched feet. And you were yelling and I switched feet and then I rolled my ankle. That does not count as a girl beat my ass, by the way, guys. That does not count. All right. I was technically in a ring with a girl. It was Nate's mom. I was technically in a ring with a girl. All right. I dodged the blow. Right. I dodged the kick. And then I rolled my ankle. And thank Master put Tiger Bomb on it, thank God, and all that. But it wasn't like that. It's like I'm old now, you know what I mean? Because I walked that off in a few days, but now, like, just today, my hands started feeling like not tough. Like I can't fight. I can't get into fights, man. I can't do that no more. I don't know. Is that happening? I know you're a younger cat than me, so I'm just saying. I know you're late 30s now, right? When you get to your 40s, just don't get into fights. Just don't get into fights. Steve, would you consider doing things that people could buy? You know what? It's funny that you asked that question, Ruth, because funny you asked that question. As we speak right now, and I should have put it in the description. There is a brother out here in our community by the name of DJ Odyssey. He's the newest member of Rogue Entertainment. DJ needs to recover money. He had to fix a tranny, and when he fixed the tranny, he lost a lot of money, and he is going to be putting himself in a slave Leia costume if we can raise the funds for his tranny. And it's a community effort. It is a symbol. It is a symbol of what a man will do in this indie sphere for money, and I'm proud of him. We're all standing behind him. We're all standing behind him. One of my friends, Drew Taylor, Supreme Heretic, he's a little Filipino guy. He's going to be waxing his ass for him because, there's nothing hanging out. There's like no bush hanging out of it. And it's a beautiful thing. And, we're going to be standing shoulder to shoulder. My friend LDG Pickles and Shellback, TJC, they're going to be holding him up. They're going to be, protecting his ass while he's in the community in front of everybody in a slave Leia costume. 50-something-year-old man, apparently he has no gray pubes. Apparently he has no, we're not going to know, but they're going to get waxed. Drew's going to take care of that. But that is going to be what a man will do. for money. And I'll tell you what, if he does that, I don't know. I can't answer that question. I don't know what I would do at that point with such a stunning and brave example of a man. Doing something that ridiculous. Doing something that brave for us. So I don't know. I have to ask that. I'll ask that later. That's Papa. Yo, Dad, man, what's up, dude? I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Hail, brother, old school TFM chat, brother. What's with the new avatar? I remember the crazy. That's a new avatar. No, it's good to see you, man. How you been? Thank you, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. I greatly appreciate you. We're talking about all kinds of weird shit today. I'm just trying to figure out, guys. I'm just trying to fill up watch hours. I am going to talk about something that has to do with narcissistic abuse here pretty soon. Let's see. Should I get onto it? Matt is Matt. You think Matt is a bottom? You think Matt Mardigan's a bottom? He had smooth legs. In the dream, he had smooth legs. I don't even know how I know that. I just remember smooth legs in the dream, And then I woke up and I made an intro. I don't even know if I'm even going to play. I made an intro that is so aggressive as like calling out so many people. I don't even know if I'm ever going to play it. I shared a clip of it in Rogue Chat. And then I was like, is this too aggressive? And nobody said anything. I was like, that usually means it's too aggressive. But I just had to get the gayness out of me. I had to make something macho because I couldn't do anything else. I couldn't watch Netflix, couldn't watch Batman. It was gay dream going through my head. Didn't understand it. Jesus, what am I gonna do? It was your fault, Zax. Ruth says, I'm better than I've been. Thank you for asking. Oh, yeah, good, baby. Good. Yeah. Ruth was saying in the comments how she came across her narc, bumped into her. I hope that now, narcs track you, right? Narcs will track your phone, track your computer, track your movements. Mine did. See, you gotta make sure to check your vehicle too for tracking devices if narc lives in the same town as you, because they will absolutely track when they're hoovering you, track your movements so that they can wait a certain amount of time and then bump into you. You know what I mean? But I'm glad you handled it the way that you did. Suffer no damn fools, suffer no damn narcs. Thank my love to you, honey. I think he has it burned off, so Matt is smooth. I don't understand. Yo, all I know, there wasn't hair. My God, stop it. I just remembered it was Manscaped. I don't even want to know. I can't. You just made me remember part of the dream. I don't even want to think about this dream, Zax. What did you just do to my head? Yeah, I can't. I can't. Oh my God. Oh my. Why? Oh, it was pain. I saw pain in my dream. I can't. What is going on? I can't. We can't talk like this anymore. We can't. We can't talk like this anymore, Zax. Oh my Lord. Oh man. Yeah. It is a ton of work. Imagine being obsessed with not facing who you are. Imagine going through trauma when you're young, because at some point, narcs are victims in their life. Absolutely, at some point in their lives, like they were fucked up for their parents, they're young in their environment, like their inner child is fucked up. All right, and that's not their fault. That in itself is not their fault. But imagine being a person who doesn't, because we all go through shit in our life, doesn't go through that in their lives, and then spends 100% of their time covering that up, right? So they get with people for that love bomb phase. They get with people for that positive phase, so that they can feel adored. They can feel worthy. That's what it is. And that's why they mirror the person they're with. They mirror the person that they're with, who's usually an empath or empathetic and kind and caring and giving type person, believes in love. Love conquers all type of person. The kind of person I was. And they mirror that. What happens is then because of the way they are, while they're going through this phase, by the way, while they're going through that phase, if they've been a narc for a while, they are playing the victim about their crazy ex. and their crazy ex is the last victim that they just ghosted, that they just discarded. And their crazy ex might contact their new wonderful, beautiful person who loves them for who they are and is there to protect them because they've been through so much. That crazy ex might contact them to warn them about the narc. And they already have that set up. While they're doing that, it is a lot of work, those acts. While they're doing that, they are also setting up with friends, family, and other people stories about the person that they love being crazy, so that when behind the scenes they begin to devalue that person, right? This is what narcs do. This is what a narc will do. A narc will come out of that love bomb phase and then cheat on that person, lie to that person, do something devastating to test them. If the person loves them enough to forgive them and understand and take them back, the narc then looks at that person as weak and inferior because they're not heartless. So then the narc feels perfectly justified treating them like shit because they're better than them. The narc is more heartless than that person, so they're better than them. So now you are worth being lied to, cheated on, smeared, destroyed. And they keep this cycle going. They keep this cycle going of love bomb, of loving, hating, until they train you. They literally train your mind and body to get used to the abuse. They literally train you to want the dopamine from the love bomb phase, and then the adrenaline from the fight or flight, from the anxiety. And they'll keep you trapped like that. While they're doing that, they're also going off and they're also confiding in flying monkeys, people that they keep their good face on, that they're trying to fool, because the narcissists are all about hiding who they are. They're all about hiding their facade. They're cowards. They're liars, manipulators, and cowards. And while they're doing that, they're training the next supply. At some point in this cycle of cheating, lying, love bombing, forgiving, coming back, I hate you, ghosting, and all that, but within this cycle, they're training the next person, just like they did the one before, about the crazy ex that they love so much, and I can't understand. We just keep getting back together. And that's because the narcissist, more than anything else, loves the negative supply. See, the narcissists, people are just things. They're they're objects, right? I know that some of you who have been around and heard Narc X talking about me, she refers to me as it or thing. And that is because a narcissistic sociopath looks, and especially narcissists in general, look at other people as objects. They are supply. They are things. So the thing doesn't matter. Their supply matters. And as long as they can keep this rotation of cheating, loving, making other people fight for them, about them, if they can keep this cycle going, then they don't have to face themselves. It's literally spreading pain. It's not striving to be the best version of yourself. It's spreading your pain and creating toxicity in order to avoid working on yourself and facing your own shit. So it is a lot of work. And it's destructive. For some people, working on yourself is a lot of work. It is. For me, it was. Like, I had to isolate for like 5 fucking years, man, just to work on me. And then I got to a point where I felt really healthy and ran into the ex-narc. And then went through the gambit of that. But either way, a person needs to face their own shit. The thing about narcissists is this that I found. Sociopaths don't give a shit. Like, they're fucking soulless. They're born without a soul or some shit. But they're honest. They at least will be honest. A psychopath will at least be fucking honest. Right? They have drive. They have confidence in what the fuck. They're killing motherfuckers. They got a confidence in that. Borderlines are kind of like the stepchildren. I don't even think they belong in that group, but they're kind of like the stepchildren of the whole crew. And borderlines are also the favorite targets of narcissists. Empaths and people with borderline personality disorders are the favorite targets of narcissists, because a narcissist plays on your compassion. They are dependent upon your ability to forgive them so that they can devalue you, so that they can hate you in the cut, so they can keep coming back, so they can keep getting supply. Because, and this, we're going to talk about no contact in a minute, because this is why it's so very important. Because any interaction, positive or negative, feeds them. It keeps them alive. It's their supply. It's what keeps them going. It what keeps them feeling validated as an individual. And if that sounds sick, twisted, demonic, and fucked up, that's because it is. This has been going on. Now, the advent of social media has increased the amount of narcissism in America, in the world. And this is why awareness is so very important. Because this shit's going on everywhere. You see somebody skitzing out about a relationship and you're like, what the hell's going on with that person? Why are they skitzing the fuck out? I don't understand what's going on. Like I did. Like I was freaking the fuck out there for a minute. Or, you guys saw it. And the reason might not be, the reason is definitely mental instability because I was mentally unstable. I was driven to mental instability. But the reason may not be that's a person who hasn't worked on their issues. I kid you not. The reason may just be they are dealing with a person who is trained them to be mentally unstable, drained them of their resources, made them wholly dependent on only them providing any kind of happiness because they have triangulated, they have hoovered, they have smeared, they have just destroyed that person's life to the point and kept them traumatically bonded that person is so twisted and so toxic because of what's happened to them that they feel the only person that can help them is the one that abused them. That's what narcissists do. It is so important that we get awareness out there about this type of abuse. There are therapists that will not even treat narcissists because some narcissists actually go to therapy to keep the hoover going with whoever they're with, and also to learn how to be better narcissists, how to remain undetectable because those personality types do not want to be revealed. They absolutely hate people knowing who they really are. Let me get a drink of water on this. Hold on. Let's see. Lady Zoe. Before I go into this. I'm a singer-songwriter. In my way, I have some covers of my own songs on my channel. Oh, nice. So if you'd like my voice, maybe I can make nice advice, ideas for these streaming. Absolutely, Zoe. Hit me up, lodonis@hotmail.com. I'm on Facebook at Stephen Walton. I should have the Dragonstorm avatar up on there, or on Twitter at Lodonis. Let's get some work done. Let's do that. Let's see. Colby Fire. Hello. Why do narcs stalk? Why are they so obsessed? It's to hide who they are. Colby. Flyer to avoid the responsibility and accountability of facing themselves. And anything that keeps from them admitting who they are or having to heal themselves or face their own issues is why they stalk. They're obsessed. First off, let's talk about it. So I'm going to talk about this. There's two ways of dealing with a narc, and this will go along with your question. I'll be able to explain it. There's two ways to deal with a narcissist. There is passive vengeance. This is the way I'm putting it. Guys, if you're new to Lodonis Dragonstorm content, I am not a bitch. I'm a little aggressive. I'm a fighter. All right. I came out of this and reattached my sack. And so that's kind of how I approach this. I understand that not everybody can do it this way. So this is why I am going to be explaining this content this way, because I feel that it's the best for what I've kind of looked at as two different groups of people. You have people who have been through too much. People have been through way too fucking much. They have been in that narcissistic abuse too fucking long. They're built in a way to where they are so traumatized that they need no contact, no ifs, ands, or buts. There is nothing you could possibly do. There's no way to get back. There's no way to get back at that narc. And you have to go no contact to heal yourself. When you do that, now I'm calling that passive vengeance. Passive vengeance is no contact. When you go no contact, when you do not respond to a narc, when you cut them off, when you completely cut them out of your life, that creates something called a narcissistic injury. That narcissistic injury is because you have just invalidated their existence. That's why they stalk. They need validation for their existence. And if that validation is hating on you, or getting you to hate them, or getting you to love them, or giving them any attention, spazzing out, like when you're out there when they've ghosted you and you're out there on social media spazzing out, or you're like going crazy, they love it. They're like, they still want me. Yeah, they're like a goddamn, they're like a fucking cartoon villain. It's disgusting. It's slimy. It's sad, really. You know, they're like twiddling their fingers, go, oh, they still want me. At some point, I can go back and further destroy their lives because they need validation. Their egos are so fragile. They are so destroyed inside that they need external validation for their existence. And when you go no contact, you are killing that. You have now made them completely invalid. And that hits them to their very core. Has a lot to do with the damage they went through as a kid, the unresolved issues, them not facing or healing their inner child. So once you put that wall up and you say no more and you go off to go on your healing journey and get away from them, that creates narcissistic injury. They will continue to hoover you. They'll look at your social media. They'll use different accounts. They'll use tracking devices. They'll spy on you with spyware. They'll, all of that. They'll do that because they absolutely need to know that you are thinking about them, that you are still hurt, that you are still giving them some type of supply. And when you go no contact to the point where you starve them, like they need validation. So if you starve them enough, they're going to go to a secondary or tertiary supply, because narcissists have different types of supplies. They have their primary supply, the one that they get the most validation from. They have their secondary supplies, which are the ones they see on the weekends, or the ones that they run to when they need to devalue their primary supply to keep them locked in the trauma, and they'll go mess with them. Then they have their tertiaries, which are like the emergency supplies. Emergency supplies are usually people like flying monkeys, people who don't see them for who they are yet, who still think that they're good, and they'll go to them and get a little bit of love. But eventually they've got to continue that cycle with another prime. They got to replace the primary. So if you cut them off, eventually they'll go away. But even if they go away and resecure a new primary supply, they will at some point hoover you back. Narcissists are vengeful. If you will not submit to their abuse, if you will not be their victim for life, they are there. And especially if you go no contact and invalidate their existence, they will live in that vengeance cycle. You have hurt them beyond repair. You need to pay. You are not letting them continue to abuse you, and you need to pay. So if that no contact, that's it. That's passive vengeance. Active vengeance. Active vengeance is going to be the series that I'm going to be doing when I have my members only content. Active vengeance kind of begins and ends with passive vengeance, really. Active vengeance is first step. You need to go no contact. It is very, very important when you have been through this type of abuse that you have to find yourself again. You've got to regulate your way you think. You've got to retrain your body, retrain your mind, your spiritual energy, very much so your spiritual energy. That's a third factor that a lot of the narcissistic abuse coaches, they don't talk about that really a lot. And that is just as important. That's why I keep emphasizing you're dealing with evil. You're dealing with a demonic spirit. You're dealing with a demon. Because that is an evil force. Like attracts like. When you run in those cycles of abuse and you destroy people like that over and over again, that is the way that you live your life. You are attracting darkness. You are attracting dark forces. You are absolutely being possessed by dark entities. You are a fucking demon. You know what I mean? Like, we all have demons. We all grow up with demons. We all have, like, the things in us that we got to fight. The trauma, the damage, the fear, the anger, whatever it was. No matter who we are, how hard our life has been or easy, it doesn't matter. We've all got like things we got to work through in order to become better people. And if you don't face those demons and overcome them and integrate, do that shadow work and integrate your shadow self, then you're going to eventually become a demon. A lot of narcs become that. And women narcissists slip under the fucking radar like a motherfucker too, by the way, which is kind of one of the reasons I'm going to start gearing toward a little bit of content toward men. Because first off, it's hard for men to admit that they've been abused. It's hard for men to stand up and say, yo, I've been through this. It's just difficult for us. And narcissist women are the fucking worst. Are the freaking worst. They go on because they're usually pretty. They use sex to take advantage. Male narcs do too, but for women, it's a lot easier. Anyway, active vengeance. You need to go no contact at first because you need to heal up. You need to find yourself. You need to regulate your body again. You need to regulate your spirit. You need to get right with your God, get right with source, or get your spirit energy right again. You have to do that. But then you get to a certain point where not only have you invalidated them, you've created a narcissistic injury, right? They're starving they're starving, especially if they haven't found another primary supply. They are starving for your attention. And if you become strong enough, if you are a fighter, if you're like me, if you're a warrior, and I'm not saying that a person who is not by nature that way, or someone who has been through so much abuse they can't do this. I'm not putting anybody above anybody else, right? It's just we're all built different. We all got different ways of dealing with stuff. We all, it's different journeys for all of us, right? So I'm not invalidating anybody's experience or anything. Well, like if you're like me, that's when you go on the offense. That's when you come out of no contact. And you come out of no contact. As soon as you do that, that narcissist is going to go, oh my God, yes, I'm getting attention again. I'm getting validation again. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Right? You poison it with exposure. The truth. You tell the truth, especially if you have evidence. You tell the truth. This is what happened. This is that person. Because it doesn't matter how much they bullshit. At this point, if you've been through narcissistic abuse, this is what I've been saying this for months. Everybody already thinks you're crazy. You already done spazzed out. You already enacted and reactive abuse. You already fucking did. You already said what you had to say. So it don't matter. It don't matter what anybody think. You need to tell the truth. What matters, you got to look at the battlefield like this. Everybody out here on the periphery just don't matter. Don't matter what they say. What matters is you and that narcissist. And you're going to scream it out what that narcissist is, what they've done, who they are, what they're about. And you keep going. Don't matter what everybody else is thinking, because that narcissist is self-centered. That narcissist only thinks about themselves. It's me, 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 me. That's all it is to that person. So it doesn't matter how loud you're shouting. It matters that you're shouting. Doesn't matter who around you believes you. It matters that you're saying the truth. Because that narcissist is going to need to drink down that poison. They love it. They want that negative attention. They want that negative attention. They need that for themselves. They need that validation. But at the same time, you're doing the one of the things that a narcissist cannot stand: telling the truth, exposing them. And when you do that, that negative reinforcement becomes poison. And from my experience and what I have seen, that is when that narcissist runs and hides. And that is when you go back to passive vengeance, no contact, done, invalidate them again. That's the short and skinny of it. So they're obsessed because they need validation from other people, from destroying others, from being praised and destroyed, whether it's positive or negative fuel. They need that. And that's why they'll stalk you for it. It's a sad existence. It's a demonic existence. It's pitiful as shit. But it's a type of pitiful that destroys too many lives, destroys too many people. I'm both thankful and disgusted that when 6+ months ago, I began looking for narcissistic recovery groups, abuse recovery groups, and content, and coaching, and talking to people. I was both, alleviated and disgusted that there were so many people who have been through this, some of the same damn stories of treatment, from soulless, demonic pieces of trash, who live in victimhood, who validate their existence by destroying others. What a sick, sad piece of trash. Bring back dueling. Evil should be fought, Flyer. Evil should be fought. So, on my channel, I am going to be here, create a community for everybody where we can come together and speak, talk, share experiences, heal, reinforce each other, stay no contact. Got to reinforce each other. Be there for each other. Absolutely. I went through 2 years of it, wanted to die. That's got to be the primary focus. For members content, for the warriors out there, those of y'all that want that vengeance that we all deserve. We all deserve. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you how to get it. Because you can beat a narcissist. You absolutely can. But you can beat them by both going no contact, protecting yourself, avoiding them, giving them a narcissistic injury, screw them, cut them out your life, and live and striving to be the best version of yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. No shame in that game. Absolutely. The model of doing it as it stands, absolutely, is definitely a way that you can take it, and it does work. Absolutely. If you really want to get back at that piece of demonic shit, I will teach you how to do that. But understand, no contact's going to come first, and no contact's going to come last. Very important that you find yourself again, brothers and sisters. It is so very important that you know your worth, that you understand the full totality, that the reason that you were targeted for that victimization is because you are always better and stronger, have more to offer than that demonic piece of shit. And that's what we need to be here for with each other. Sorry, I went off for a minute. My bad. I'm trying to be lightheaded. I'm trying to be light. Let's see. Singer-songwriter Donnie Pearson. What's up, Donnie? What's up, Steve Walton? Hey, happy National Film Score Day. Didn't even know it was. Hope everyone's doing well despite my dad's. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. A morning ago, cancer. Yo, F cancer, bro. F cancer. Yeah, your dad was fighting. Your dad was a fighter. Thank the gods for your dad. I'm sorry for your loss, brother. I'm glad you're here with us, Donnie. It's good to see you. Hail my OG TFM chat brethren. I think National Film Score Day. I didn't even know it was National Film Score Day. They all getting zeros. Well, John Wick just came out. John Wick 4 just came out. I think that was pretty good. From what I hear, that was pretty good. But yay. I hope your weekend's going well too, my brother. Thank you for stopping through. Much love to you. What is up, Kanita? Oh, I got some. Oh, the sisters in this community. Oh, my Lord. How are you? It is good to see you. Thank you for stopping by, sweetie. Appreciate you. Thank you for being a channel member. Thank you for sharing your stories in the comments. Thank you for being here for all of us, supporting all of us, looking out for us. We are a family. That's really what I want Dragonstorm to be. I want it to be a family of people looking out for each other. That is my goal. I needed help, when I was going through what I went through, and it was hard to find. I had to go on my own little island. I had to find all of you. I had to find my other brothers and sisters, of abuse, survivors of abuse. I had to find y'all in order to continue on, because only we can understand each other. It's a shame, but it's the truth. One of the things I want to do when I build this community is increase awareness of this type of abuse, because honestly, this needs to be something that's treatable. It needs to be something that's on a list of treatable illnesses. And whatever can be done to stem to stem the steady growth of narcissism and stop this abuse. And while I'm saying that, just in case any of those with NPD are stopping through the chat and you are going to therapy, hail to you. It takes a lot. It takes a hell of a lot to admit that you have an issue and to go and get help. I follow a couple narcs. I actually follow a couple people with NPD who do content explaining their condition and explaining things and trying to help. And I enjoy that. I think that's a brave ass thing. Thank you guys so much. I'm not creative in the house. What's up, dude? Good to see you. The tree stories in the house selling condoms. I'm not creative. That's going down, talking to culture, coming up with different slogans. We are making that happen. I'm going to be the professional victim who bitches about Disney and sells rubbers. That shit's going down. Let's see. What's up, Phil? Good to see you. Hail, brother. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, man. Keep slaying it out there on Twitter, bro. Keep slaying it on TikTok. You are doing great. You're one of my heroes, man. I'm not creative, says narcissists are very insecure. I don't need someone else to confirm what I know. Just saying, yeah, brother. Yeah. And I understand that. Keep no contact. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing, my brother. Keep it pushing. Let's see. Damn, you were battling cancer? Cancel culture last week. Good shit, dude. Keep fighting. Yo, God, mods, can we get on? Can we put a link? Hold on, I'm not. Hold on, bro. Are you in? Oh, I'm not in the right chat. I can't give you a wrench right now. If somebody can put out a link for I'm Not Creative 22's channel, I would appreciate that. Good for you, bro. Good for you. Keep fighting, brother. I said narcs don't know what they've had until it's gone. See, I mean, no, but then again, they only value us for the supply. They only value us for what they can get from us, and then they're on to the next. You're talking about people who avoid accountability, and they're like locusts. They're parasites. So, you might have been the greatest supply they ever had, but that parasite's got to keep moving because it can't live on its own. It's a symbiote. What's up, Darren, my brother? Darren, like my father before me. What is going on? Thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate you. Hail, brother. Hail, brother. Good to see you. Oh, man, you slipped through. That didn't block you somewhere? What's up, flying monkey? It's a flying monkey, y'all. That's great. Let's see. Oh, man. Copa Flyer says, thank you, sir, for your excellent input. I am currently low contact to these evil people. I usually put on a poker face, short responses, and shut the door. Yeah. Well, I mean, good, and that is excellent. Because that's what you got. That's what they deserve, though. The thing is, Flyer, that even the short response and shutting the door in their face gets them off. It gives them validation. They love that. They love that negativity. So it's that's why I say poison the well. When you're dealing with them, you got to poison the well. Poison it all, bro. Hold on. I got you. Oh, shit. Man, thank you guys so much for being here. 1,600 subscribers. I appreciate you. Each and every person who has come through on both my channels. I appreciate you. Give me 1 second. 1 second. 7 in the chat. Where is he at? Flying Monkey. Oh, there's Flying Monkey. And boom. Bye-bye, monkey. Bye-bye, monkey. Oh, my God. All right. Now go pull my card someplace else, bitch. All right. Every now and again, they get through. I don't even know how that flying monkey wasn't blocked. Every now and again, they get through. Oh, shit. Hold up. Beth is in the chat. Now I feel better. I feel a lot better. Where you at? Hi, Beth. I've been looking to get on some streams with you. I really have. Yeah. Choo-choo coming through, Beth. Beth, let me ask you something, baby. Because I believe that we are so toxic. I believe we are so toxic that having sex with you for me is going to be like putting my rod to Chernobyl. I think that us two together, I believe that the level, I believe that if you and I were to actually be a couple, that we would just instantaneously raise the anxiety level of every healthy person in the immediate vicinity. I think that's where we are. Like we are twin train wrecks, Beth. You and me together. I don't know if they can handle us. I don't know if they can deal with us, Beth. It's good to see you, baby. How you doing? Thank you so much. I have been so busy. I haven't been able to catch any of Nicole's streams, but every now and again, I'll be driving through. I'll be just driving, and I'll think, damn, I miss Beth. I haven't fucked with Beth in a minute. I'm definitely coming out with Twin Trainwreck t-shirts, Beth, and you are getting a free one. That is going to happen. That is going to be a thing. I'm with my Twin Trainwreck. We are both going to have one of those shirts. That is going down. I know my worth 100%, but I, as an empath, I'm extremely patient, and especially in a relationship. I promised to never abandon him as long as he was loyal, and I kept that promise. Yeah, but loyalty don't work. Loyalty don't last long, man. Them narcs, they're serial cheaters. That's why I make the point. I am really lucky. One of the reasons why I did a petri dish of STDs when I was saying that a while back about my narc ex, not mine. It's not mine. Narc ex was because she was cheating on me with a bunch of fucking people, and some of them were like street level, That person has a girlfriend who is like literally on the street blowing people for drugs, like that, like low class. Like I am lucky I didn't get AIDS or something nasty, because they're cheaters. They're serial cheaters. They're not liars. They're liars. They're disgusting. And so, you know, they target empaths. So you know that they target empaths. They target borderlines because borderlines are already fucked up. They need somebody to love. They got issues. But it is a sad thing. But I'm glad you know your worth. That is the most important thing. You know, when you get, for me, I forgave too much. One thing that I learned, Zoe, I learned about myself over the last 2 years and going through this experience was that how much I kept forgiving when I shouldn't have kept forgiving. I was always too understanding, too forgiving. And that stemmed from my own abandonment issues that I had, my own, you know, and also slightly from, and I figured this out, my dad, my relationship with my father, who was good to me, and then he would beat my ass. So I was actually already predisposed to the adrenaline dopamine cycle, the fight or flight thing. I had just always learned how to fight, like I kind of like a default fight position eventually throughout my childhood. But when you have unresolved issues, those things, like even if you think you've resolved them, like toxic people will find their way through the cracks. They will find their way through the cracks of who you are. And it's a sinister, evil cycle. So yeah, I've discovered that I forgave too much. And once I did that, I realized that my worth, I dictate my own worth by what I put up with. And if someone is not going to respect me, respect my boundaries, keep to their word, keep to, you know, within the realm of morality that I believe a person should have, they're not worth my time. And so, like, that's why I said, like, you know, going through what we went through, at least for me, became a learning experience. And I value those lessons because there's the things that, you know, I look back at previous relationships and I understand that I dealt with too much from them too. And so everything's a learning experience. I was saying this earlier, Zoe, the difference between a healthy person and a toxic person is a healthy person will look at the experience they've gone through and they will adapt it. They will change. They will work on themselves. And a toxic person will shift the blame. It's all about them. They're the victim. It's not that, you know, it's nothing's their fault. And they're going to just keep pushing it out onto other people. So God bless you, Zoe. Keep shining like a star. And I appreciate you. Keep putting them comments out there. Help people out, you know, when you can in the comments. And I really appreciate you for doing that. Thank you to everybody who does that. What, Papa? What, man? What? You gotta understand. It's a special thing with Beth. You don't understand. You gotta understand. It's special. You have to understand. Beth has a special place in my toxicity. All right, she's, you know, it's very rare that you find someone as destructive as you. You know, you know, the sex is going to be incredible. The sex is going to be out of this fucking world. Can you imagine two completely toxic people coming together and banging out all their hate on one another? I mean, they're gonna send exorcists to our bedroom. It's what it is. It's you gotta understand. That's just how we roll. I love you, Beth. I hate you. What's up, CJH? Good to see you, man. CJ Entertainment for Canadian 220. Thank you so very much, channel member. Thank you for supporting my channel. I greatly appreciate you. Grease you, sir. Keep on keeping on. I'm doing a live stream for watch hours. I'm also saying thank you to every person who helped me get to 1,600. It's a hell of an achievement. I've gotten to. It took me a year and a half to get to 2,000 subscribers on author Stephen Walton. And then I lost. Well, I wasn't. You know, I was going through what I was going through, and I kind of lost subs. But I stopped doing content the way I was. But this channel, I've gotten to over 1,600. Minus 120, so let's say 15. I've gotten to 1,500 because I've had this channel for about a year. but I didn't start working on it for about a month and a half ago. Steady work. You would ask me something on Twitter. You would ask me about live streams getting time. So steady content, being passionate about your content, making your content kind of timeless. The difference between author Stephen Walton and Dragonstorm is author Stephen Walton content is it only picks up relevance again if you're talking about a movie before it comes out, like casting, and then when the movie comes out, and then you get like a bump in the previous videos and stuff that you do. Entertainment commentary, it's kind of it's in the moment. Whereas the content on Dragonstorm, like hopefully, I'm hoping that I am good enough and it withstands the time, that I'm worthy of it, that someone in 10 years can look at one of my videos and get the same value out of it. Whether it's inspiration or just being told about themselves and what they need to do to respect them damn selves. And so consistent content and believing in yourself, knowing your worth, believing in your content, mix up videos and shorts. Live streams really are only good for watch hours. It doesn't really help with the algorithm, at least not right now. YouTube used to push them a lot, but not right now. Actually, YouTube pushes shorts more than anything else. So if, there are channels out there that have gotten 10 million watch hours from shorts, that shit can happen. So mix in shorts with your long form videos. My long form videos are usually around 3 minutes, sometimes 4, and I'm getting a watch time of 2 minutes, 20 seconds around there. So I'm doing pretty good. But thank you, and that's my advice for you on building your channel. You can absolutely do it, CJ. You know what to do, my brother. Zoe says, it took 10 years until he was exposed as a cheater and a liar. I slept good at nights because I'm a lady with my moral standards. Hail to you, sister. You deserve better. You always did deserve better. You know it because you ain't with it no more. And thankfully, you didn't catch nothing. And, calm. You already know. You sound peaceful. My energy I get from you is very, very peaceful. You understand. You're good. You know that karma's coming back to that narcissist. You can't be an evil piece of trash. You cannot be a self-destructive evil piece of trash and not get your karma back. It always happens. My love to you, sister. What's on your left? Oh shit! Look at Tim. What's going on, Tim? I'm glad you weren't here earlier for the gay talk. I had a gay dream. Please don't look back at earlier in the stream without that. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. It's Tim's talk is wonderful. I was just talking to my son about you, Tim. Matter of fact, today I was having dinner with my son, and I was telling him about your cosplay. So if you see a Nate dog or a Pendragon come through your channel, that's my kid. He loves Kylo Ren. He loves Ben Solo. And I was telling him about your cosplay. So my son might be checking you out. Congrats on TikTok as well. I am about to hit 9K. Actually, I'm about to hit 9K, I think. Yeah. And by the way, I shared something on my Twitter the other day. If you want to give Walton an ego, I'm at 8,934 on TikTok. So pretty good. One of my fans came through on my TikTok and said, "Get this man a statue." My ego don't need anything like that. Okay, when I'm healthy, I'm getting healthy again, and when I'm healthy, I have to control that ego. I don't need that I don't need that in my life. Please, y'all, no statues. No, I thought that was the coolest thing. I guess people who go through what narcissistic abuse and come out the other end, especially people who have healed like years later, and they see me. I've been called out so many times, Tim. I've been called out by guys and gals who have years healed. And they're like, "Yeah, I remember when I was like you. You're going to feel this way in a month, or you're going to feel this way soon." And I was like still angry, and I'd be like, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not." And then they were right, just being obstinate. I was just talking to Nathan about my son Nathan about you, your content. He might be checking you out. He is very into Disney, Star Wars. He likes The Mandalorian so far. We're looking forward to watching Ahsoka. That's like the only thing I'm kind of looking forward to right now from Disney, Star Wars. He's gonna get me to watch Mandalorian, so I am gonna watch it because he apparently likes this season. I've heard mixed things, but then again, I hang out with the Phantom Menace, so you know what I mean. Tim, congratulations to you too, brother. What are we talking? What are you talking about, Beth? He only gets them. Yeah. Well, hold on now, girls. You can't talk together about that. You can't. Don't talk, girls. Stop talking about me together. All right. I don't like that. Okay. It's the community what we have here, and that's not Beth. It's Beth. It's only you. It's only you, Beth. Okay. You're the only one that just stands out to me as somebody that I would welcome destroying my life. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So stop it. Right. You're being trouble. You're being trouble. I'm not creative says, if someone keeps lying and stabbing in the back, you should never forgive them because they will never learn from the experience. Yes. 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 And I, yeah. And like I said, I'm not creative. Or like I said earlier, there were certain people that I really, whether they were friends or there was someone that there's someone I loved because I had not been perfect in my life. In my early life, I bullshitted quite a bit up until about 20, around 1920, when a friend of mine, a very close friend of mine, told me he couldn't trust my word. And that hurt me to the core, to where I remember this time, and it was like a year, I actively stopped myself if I was going to say something untrue. And so like going through that, and then years later, when I I don't know, just because of all the work I went through and the stuff that I went through as a kid, like there were certain people that I just loved, friends that I would just like forgive, be like, you can do this, you can push yourself to be better. I know you can. I've done it. And what I discovered going to the last couple of years is that there's got to be a limit. There's got to be a limit. There's got to be a point where you're like, all right, this motherfucker ain't learning. Don't matter how much you love him, don't matter how much you appreciate him. If a person continues to lie, then they do not respect you. They don't even respect themselves, but they do not respect you. They don't respect you to give you the truth. And you got to cut them off. You have to create that boundary for yourself. Another thing I found out, I'm not creative, when I started learning that over the last like 8 months, was as I began to enforce my boundaries, as I began to enforce my lines of respect, how many people got pissed at me? They were mad because I wasn't letting them walk all over me anymore. And it was heartbreaking. It was like a slow heartbreak at times, to lose people in your life because they recognize that you won't let them disrespect you, and they think that by acting that way, you will allow them to keep disrespecting you. And then you having to stand your ground and just watch this person acting in that way, at being toxic, and understanding that every single time you live streamed with them or talked to them or hung out with them, every time you did something to help them, you put yourself out there for them, every word spoken was bullshit because they were always there to use you. And I have created, it's nuts, man. I have created more enemies by demanding respect than I did when I was just out there loud and proud being author Stephen Walton for those years. But you're right. You're absolutely right, bro. You're absolutely right, my brother. Thank you for that wisdom. Let's see. What's up, Nikki Red? Yeah, that's right. We suffer no fool's hell, sister. Oh, you're a tank out there, Nikki. I love seeing you in the comments. You show up. You thank the gods for you. There are times when I question the aggressive content that I put out, because sometimes you just need to call out these demonic, evil pieces of trash, these gutless worms, these fucking parasites for what they are. You just have to. You can't. They're disgusting creatures. They're little toxic hovels of freaking nasty people that get together to reinforce their toxicity, to talk shit on you, to bring you down, because they need their existence validated by destroying somebody else, because they're trash and they can't admit they're trash. So they want to destroy the light in people. They want to tear down those of us that are shining bright lights in the darkness of the world. world. They want to break someone else in order to feel better about themselves. And I sometimes have to go off about that. And when I see you come through the comments with Suffer No Fools, I'm like, Nikki gets it. Yo, you're my warriors. Where's Queen Anna at? Queen Anna's another one. She comes through just loud and proud. I love seeing that. Yo, y'all girls. Yo, my sisters. I love y'all. Thank you so much for being here, sweetheart. That's right. We suffer no fools. So Tim says Dragonstorm is Steven's superhero name. Yeah, well, I mean, you know what Culture said to me today? I don't think he'd care if I said this. Culture said, Steven, I don't know if you realize this. You're a success story. And I was like, oh, it gave me an awe moment, Tim. It's like, oh, Culture. Like, that's thank you. And that kind of went into like, I'm turning into a win, like I turned this into a win, right? Dragonstorm was supposed to be a tarot card channel, supposed to be doing the rogues on here, was supposed to be doing it with somebody else, went through what I went through, abandoned the channel, abandoned it really, and wasn't able to continue doing what I was doing, and then turned it into a narcissistic abuse recovery and awareness channel to get over what I was getting over and turn that loss into a win. And I'm going to keep doing that. And not only am I doing that, it's like I'm not just doing it to recover myself or to heal myself. Like now I found this really awesome community of people who have also gone through the same shit I have, because they're most likely as decent people as I am. And I have found a reason to love being a YouTuber again. Dragonstorm made me love being a YouTuber again. I love this community. I love Ruth and Nikki, and Beth. I love seeing all these people come through that are very active in my comments, very active. Just good people that went through what I went through, and they're here to help one another. That's a beautiful thing, Tim. That's what the Fandom Menace should have been. I love this channel. I love being a YouTuber again because of this. I took that loss, 2 fucking awful years being used, smeared, lied to, hunted, triangulated, cheated on, driven to suicide, and I turned it into a win. And if I can do it, you can do it. Anybody can do it. All you gotta do is believe in yourself. You gotta believe in yourself, y'all. Know your worth. Commit to your boundaries. Demand respect. Try not to be a dick. But demand respect. Don't take shit. Do not kneel. Suffer no fools. But be good to each other. Most especially, be good to yourself. That's the most important thing. There's all types of evil out there. There's all types of pieces of shit out there. There's plenty of it. I could be over at Author Stephen Walton right now, just doing a stream there and just bitching about the trannies and all that shit that's going on right now. Oh my God, the pervert child agenda, that's going after our kids is just too much. But but I'm out there talking and giving my opinion about it. But there are channels out there that are doing them much better than me. I like it here. I like it on Dragonstorm. I like it here. I'm having a fun time. I like being a YouTuber. I like helping people. I like seeing people in the comments asking me for advice. I love seeing people out there that are confirming my stories because they lived through the same shit. They dealt with the same type of person. They dealt with the same stuff. I love people being able to share one another's stories. And what I love the most is going through my comments and seeing different of my subscribers boosting each other up, looking out for each other, supporting each other, showing love. I wish I had that when I was going through what I was going through. But I didn't. So I'm going to make sure that if somebody else goes through what I went through, that this community will be here for them. You're goddamn right. Love you, brother. Yeah, is it correct? Oh, hold on. I see Beth is messing with me. You spit out your drink. What's going on? Wait, what's going on? I don't understand what's going on, Beth. Oh, I got to turn this off. I don't understand what's going on, Beth. What you're spitting now? We don't spit, Beth. That's not how we do. You got to swallow it. Swallow the drink, right? I'm looking at what? No. What? God, you're taking that you're taking that out of context. Ruth, you're taking this out of context. There's just moments that's between Beth and I. There's just moments between Beth and that's all it is. It's just anyway. Forgive them only when they learn not to do the same mistake over. Yes, absolutely. If someone, because everybody has a chance to learn, and also like don't discount the possibility that somebody in the future might not learn and then come back, and then and understand the mistake they made. Like I'm okay. I'm not name dropping, but I just want to say that there was something that happened last year. About a year and about 3 months ago, that I did a friend wrong. I called him out in public on something that he did not deserve to be, that he didn't deserve it. And I was wrong also in not believing his word. And I did that because Narc X was didn't like him and was, pushing me to do that. She was painting that story. And I was in the wrong. And it led to a whole bunch of stuff, but in the end, we haven't talked. We haven't really talked. We hadn't talked for a year or so until today. Today's the first time we've talked since that event. And it was a simple exchange. And it meant a lot to me. Because at some point, when and if he is ever ready, I'm going to have the conversation with him I have to, absolutely. Whether he wants it or not, I have to acknowledge that I was wrong and I have to apologize for that, no matter where our association goes from there. So own your shit. Own your shit. Everybody makes mistakes, but it's very important to own your shit when you do make a mistake. That's the only way that and owning your shit. I was having this conversation with a toxic person not too long ago, and the toxic person was saying, "I do own my shit. I said that I did this. But get a bunch of bullshit excuses." And I'm like, no. You didn't own nothing. I said you got caught, but you never took steps to change what you did. You never took steps to change yourself. And that's the difference. The difference. And owning your shit and getting caught is, having to admit that you did something fucked up, or learning from that and committing to a changing yourself because it's morally wrong. Never discount that. That could happen 2, 3, 4 years down the road. You never know. And depending on where we are in life, I don't think that forgiveness is something that it shouldn't be reserved, should be given when it's deserved. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Great comments, man. Let's see. Jumped up. Guess I jumped up. I'm trying to catch you all. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. Yeah, the Easter on Disney is dead to me. Yeah, Disney's. I'm going to do a live stream on author Steve Walton here pretty soon and go full historian. I'm ready to do that. Let's see. Yo, Glizner, what's up, bro? Thank you so much for that super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Glizner is a wonderful person. OG TFM chat, brethren. $5 super sticker. Dude, my love to you. Thank you so much. You know what? Let me find something. Here you go. Here you go, Jetpack.
Told us at a town hall, I think it was in July, that
I think you deserve to.
Anyway, so but I must tell you, I don't have a near-term answer.
And because I'm playing clips that I like, here's one for according to Christie.
The Rogue Daddy, Stephen Welton.
The Rogue Daddy. If you need any more proof after the stream that true evil does not die, according to Christie, is in the chat. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Please I miss my rogues. Thanks, man. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, brother. What's going on, Beth? Beth, we still talking? What's going on? Yeah. Well, I mean, look, Beth, you're gonna have to hit me up in the DMs. We gotta talk about this later. All right. I can't do this. I'm a professional YouTuber, and I can't do this here. I'm the abuse victims and stuff. All right, man. part. Thank you very much, Beth. Let's see. Zoe says, we empaths are very creative, live persons. Maybe we should start a group on Facebook about this extreme narcissistic abuse and bring awareness to this evil, I guess, in innocent, kind-hearted humans. I mean, if you want to do like an aggressive Facebook, yeah, that's fine. I like to go a little aggressive. That's been the thing, like doing this content, because there are some people that they came through early, and like they commented to me, or they came to me and they said, it's a little too aggressive. I always get that from people. And the difference between hearing that on author Stephen Walton and hearing that here is that I kind of have to take it seriously here. Over on my other channel, when I'm bitching about entertainments, when someone would say, I don't like Steve Walton, he's too aggressive, I would say, reattach your balls, you cuck. It's pretty easy. Like, you don't like the way that I talk? Are you okay? Give me your man card. Give it. Here it's different. Here it's different because, we're dealing with people who have going through different stages of abuse. These are, the abuse recovery, abuse awareness. This is, abuse victims that are on this channel. So I can't go that wreck. But I've had a few people that have come through and mentioned that, or, brought that to light with me. And so that's why I've kind of throttled back a little. Listen, honest to God, y'all, if you want the more angry narcissistic abuse recovery stuff, go check my TikTok out. That's where I'm angry. That's where because that's where I get it, because they love it there. But here I'm trying to be more positive reinforcement. I think that's better role. And when I start doing like members videos and stuff, then I'm going to go wreck. I'll do that for people to pay for the content. Yeah, let's do that. If you're on Facebook, hit me up on Facebook, friend me, and let's talk about it. Let's brainstorm. Let's do something. Because I'm an empath myself, and I'm a little bit of a caster. Maybe we could. I was originally going to give out spells on this channel. I did a whole live stream. I privated it. Then I actually did a live stream. We'll talk later. Let's just talk later. I don't want to scare any of the monotheists away. What's up, Christine? Good to see you. You mentioned dueling. How about branding, so we can at least identify them? I mean, look, if we can actually get the fuck around and find out Bill passed, all right, and we bring back dueling, maybe that could be like a way not to. Maybe that could be an out for the narcissist. You know what I mean? Like, look, I maybe. Because the way I'm looking at it, Christine, is they're not scared of losing. If we get to the dueling, if we actually get to bringing back dueling, they're not scared of losing their life. They already hate themselves. That's why they do what they do. They know they're worthless pieces of trash. It's losing their supply. It's So I mean, that may work. If we give them an out, if they're giving that out, you have to be branded. We'll figure out the right kind of brand. It's got to be something. It can't just be an N. It's got to be something right. Then maybe they'll do that. You know what I mean? And then maybe the week will destroy itself. I don't know. The reason that I say dueling is because they should at least have a chance. We need the illusion. They're illusionists. They'll respect this. They're bullshitters. We need the illusion of fairness. And that's. I just think that's fair, right? We are the empathetic ones, right? The victims. We are the compassionate, forgiving ones. This is what healing looks like, mother. Yeah, you know what I mean? So we'll talk. We'll brainstorm that. Maybe I'll incorporate that into a bring back dueling video for you, Christine. That's pretty cool. Let's see. I'm gonna keep going. Is that supposed to make it? What's going on? I don't understand. What's going on, Papa. What are you talking about? I don't know what's got. Meth, not crack. I mean, to each his own. Let's see. You know what, guys? Is it or witch dunk? Yeah. Hey, if they sink, they're innocent, right? If they sink, they're innocent. If they float, that's the devil. I think at this point we already know they're all the devil. Maybe we can number them all with tattoos. Now we're getting satanic. Okay, we're trying to stay away from that. I know where you're going with that. I was being joking, but yes, this is why Papa's the managing moderator. He keeps us honest. Thank you, brother. Love you. Guys, I am going to shut it down because I got to get up early. But thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate this. I hope you guys had fun. I'm scared. Oh, wait. Whoa. You're calling me out now. Oh, my God. All right. I got it. What's going on here? He says that like nobody else can. This is between you and I. Everyone is not listening at that point, Beth. Everyone is not listening. It's about us. Okay. They're very respectfully just turning and looking away. They're hearing away. All right. It's just you need to. Oh, you're so toxic, you bitch. All right, now guys, I gotta go. I'm gonna head out, and I thank you guys so much for being here. And oh, hell with it. Here's an outro for you, guys. Make sure never to kneel. Stand up for your values. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Suffer no fools.